Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I am Harrison Graham. We're about to answer all of your questions on today's mailbag, but first, follow me on Instagram because A, you can always ask me questions over there, and I'm responding to people all the time. B, if you want more Chiefs and NFL and other sports content, that is where you can get it for free. Follow me on Instagram at HGrahamNFL. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get to your questions. Hashtag Chiefs for Super Chat. Adrenaline Central asks, was the problem with the Chiefs' defense coaching or players? It was a combination of everything. I think Spags has made some adjustments. Something he's doing is blitzing a lot more. I think his corners are playing better. Charvarius Ward has quietly picked it up. Rashad Fenton has become a nice find. And L'Jarius Sneed's playing a lot better at this point as well. Tyrann Mathieu lifted his level. And obviously, Chris Jones has played a lot better also. So I think it's a combination, but I think a lot of it is just the players are just playing better than they were. They weren't playing that good early in the year. Paul Soldier, should we sign Jesse Bates or Stefon Gilmore in free agency? If I had to pick one, oh gosh, if Tyrann Mathieu's back, the answer is Gilmore. If he's not, the answer is Bates. So I know that's kind of a cop-out answer. Bates is a younger player. I would probably lean him if it's just mono-y-mono, pick one, but both are obviously really good players. Isaac Murphy, does Harrison have a favorite memory of the Chiefs versus Broncos over the years? Crowd too loud for Elway, perhaps. Obviously, all the Elway years. I'll say this: the game a few years ago where Case Keenum and the Broncos were taking it to Mahomes and the Chiefs in Mile High. Denver dominated that game, and Mahomes had a epic fourth quarter comeback. I think it was the 2018 season. It was his first start in Denver, Mahomes's, and he led him back, and he was tremendous. So that one really stands out to me because usually the Chiefs in recent years have dominated this head-to-head matchup, but that one, they had to earn that one and take that one late. I think it was a Monday night game, too. It was a primetime matchup, so that one really stands out to me. Mahomes 86 with Kansas City now getting a bunch of Whataburgers. Give us your order recommendation. Okay, this is good. For you non-Texas folks that are now getting Whataburger in the Midwest, in Kansas City, you can't go wrong. There's a lot of – everything on the menu is good. I'm just a classic number 2 double meat, double cheese cheeseburger. Get fries and a drink. That's just like spicy ketchup always. Always get the spicy ketchup. They also have other good dipping sauces. I like the creamy pepper sauce, and their barbecue sauce is really good. Other items on the menu though. Late night food, honey butter chicken biscuit. That's just an automatic. The honey, what's the chicken sandwich? Honey barbecue chicken sandwich. That's always on the menu. Doesn't have to be late night. Their breakfast in general is good. Do they still have the taquitos? The taquitos are good. The whole menu is good. And if you're like, oh yeah, I love In-N-Out, you won't after this. Trust me on that. Whataburger kicks In-N-Out's ass. You guys need to go check it out if you haven't already. Not a sponsor, by the way, but I wish it was. Larry, can the Chiefs sign Davante Adams in free agency this offseason? That'd be amazing, right? You pair Davante Adams with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Yeah, sign me up. You're probably not going to have the money to do so, but you just speculate. You kind of just have fun thinking about it, and no big deal. And look, this is arguably the best receiver in the NFL, along with Tyreek Hill, for being honest. These are probably the two best receivers in the league. So if you could team them up with the best tight end in the league, how are you going to stop the Chiefs? You're not. That's the answer. Who do you think the better wide receiver is? We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. If you think it's Tyreek Hill, type TH. If you think it's Davante Adams, type DA. They obviously have different skill sets. I think they would complement each other very well. If you get hit with the YouTube ad break, scroll on down to the pinned comment, type TH or DA. Tony Fuentes, yeah, my friend, I would really love to T-shirt and long sleeve shirt combo with the sweater. I'm really looking forward to it. Then I'm going to all right, appreciate it, Tony. Go take advantage. Chatsports.com/Chiefs combo. Adrenaline Central, best Chiefs defensive player. This is a tough question. I think when he's fully locked in, it's Chris Jones. Chris Jones can take over games. Chris Jones won the Cowboys game. It's as simple as that. He dominated that game, and that is why the Chiefs won. Obviously, Tyrann Mathieu's in the conversation. I think it's one of those two, but I think it's Chris Jones because no one can take over a game on this defense quite like he can. JP the God, how do you think Juan Thornhill has been since he's been a starter? Better than Dan Sorensen. Fine. He's better in coverage. We know that. I think he's been fine. He hasn't been rookie level Juan Thornhill. Maybe he never will again, which is unfortunate because his rookie year, he was awesome. I was like, oh my God, you got a steal in the second round. And the torn ACL has obviously shifted that a little bit. But he's been better than Sorensen, and that's what you hope for when you make a change. Paul Soldier, 23. Do we need a cornerback or a wide receiver? I think you need a receiver more. Look, Snead, Charvarius Ward, and Fenton have played well, especially as of late. So I think receiver moving forward is actually a bigger need. RTMG, do you think Creed Humphrey could be one of the best centers in the league for the next 5 to 10 years? He's PFF's highest graded center this year as a rookie, which is tremendous. Yeah, there's no reason why he can't. He's been excellent. For a second-round pick, that's been an absolute home run selection. Paul Soldier, should we worry about Denver's defense who shut down the Chargers' offense, especially since our receivers dropped the ball? I would not say that. I think the receivers have done better recently, but Tyreek Hill had some drop issues early in the year. Kelsey's had a little bit of a drop bug recently, but I think it'll be fine. Obviously, Denver's defense in general is a good one. So, yeah, you're going to have to earn your yards, but I think if the Chiefs are locked in, they should be able to move the ball just fine. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. But first, want to remind you guys to follow me, your boy, on Instagram, at HGramNFL. It's at HGramNFL. Give me a follow on my IG, and I will and you guys can ask me your questions. We can chat over there, and you'll be able to enjoy some more Chiefs and sports content at HGramNFL on Instagram. Jensen's weather forecast. I think a reasonable record for the Chiefs, 12-5, 11-6 at worst. The best I see them going is 13-4, but it's going to be a bumpy road. Well, I don't want to be rude, Jensen, but yes, the best they can go is 13-4 because they already have 4 losses. So I agree. That is the best they can go. I think they're in that. I think 11 or 12 wins is probably most likely. They could win out, but I still need to see a little bit more consistency. If I had to guess, I'd probably say 12-5. 5-1 over the final 6, and then that might give you the 1, if not the 2 seed in the AFC. Araceli Cruz, do you think we signed Gallup during the offseason? Yeah, I've gotten this question a couple of times in recent weeks. I wouldn't mind it. I think he's a good number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1, but you don't need a number 1. Really, he'd be your number 3 behind Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. So I think he would absolutely flourish in that role in this offense. Tony Fuentes, if we win the Super Bowl, you should do a big live chat party. Well, if the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, we'll be live for a watch party, just like we were last year, although last year it was a disaster with how bad they got beat. But, yeah, if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl and win it, we're gonna be popping bottles, baby. It's going to be a good time. Excuse me. James Lean, what's more likely, winning the Super Bowl or missing the playoffs? It's a good question. I'm going to say it's winning the Super Bowl. And the reason I'll say that is the Chiefs are in first place. They're in a good position to make the playoffs. So they would really have to not collapse but play poorly to miss the playoffs. And I just don't think that's very likely. Now, it's not incredibly likely just based on odds, 14 teams make the playoffs, that they'll win the Super Bowl. I just think that's more likely than flat out missing the playoffs altogether. So I will say winning the Super Bowl is more likely for this season than missing the playoffs. Hit that subscribe button here at the Chiefs Report. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. If you want to be a part of these mailbags every Monday, then subscribe and join us every Monday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. We also cover the latest news, rumors, injury updates, and a whole lot more, game previews. So subscribe and do not miss any of it here on the channel. Adrenaline Central, will Josh Gordon ever click? I hope so. I think it's possible that he's just a guy, right? What is just a guy? He's just an okay NFL receiver. And if that's the case, that's okay. They're not paying him much. He does well as a run blocker. I'd like to get him some red zone targets because he's such a big body. But I don't know. It's possible he's just not a great player anymore. And all honesty, that's probably what the case is. History and geography person. #Chiefs. With the Titans losing. Could the Chiefs take the number 1 seed, judging by the last few games? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's possible. Obviously, you look at the playoff picture here. We'll pull up the graphic. The Chiefs are right there where they need to be, right? I mean, Baltimore's a game up on you, and they have the head-to-head, so that's the team, you got to surpass. Same with Tennessee, but if the Chiefs win this week, they're back even with them, so they just have to finish one game better. I think it's very possible. I'll say this. If the Chiefs win out, I think 13-4 would get you the number 1 seed. Now, with 12-5, I don't know. There's a decent chance the Ravens or the Titans would also have 12 wins, and if that's the case, they've got the tiebreaker on you. D.S. Davidson, do we go sign Philip Lindsay in the offseason? So obviously Denver cut him. Miami picked him up. I think he'd be a nice piece in this offense. He'd probably be a better Jerick McKinnon in that role, kind of a speed demon type who can catch the football, run it a little bit as well. I wouldn't mind that. He's not what he was his first couple of years, but he's still a very good player. Araceli Cruz, do you think we could get better O-line in the draft? Who are you getting rid of if you go get an O-lineman? Assuming they're going to sign Orlando Brown, you're set at left tackle. Joe Thuney's your left guard. Creed Humphrey's your center. I think Trey Smith is your right guard. He's just been mauling people. Right tackle? I guess right tackle's the one spot you could say, maybe we could get better there. Lucas Niang, I think he's done some good things. He's obviously been hurt in recent weeks. I don't think Mike Remmers is the long-term option. So I will say if you look at the O-line, it's probably the right tackle position, but I think Lucas Niang is still a guy that can continue to get better. Jensen again, who do you think the toughest opponent is in the AFC? I think it's the Patriots. I agree. I think currently it's New England. Now, could Buffalo get back in that mix? If Tennessee could get healthy, they could get there. But if Derrick Henry doesn't come back, they don't really scare me at this point. I'm going to go New England, at least for now. They play Buffalo on Monday Night Football in Week 13. That's going to be a big test for New England. If they go beat Buffalo, that's the team to beat along with the Chiefs in the AFC. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. Let's get to this one here from RTMG. What's the team you'd want the Chiefs to play in the Super Bowl? In terms of excitement, the Cowboys. Could you imagine the ratings for Chiefs-Cowboys? Plus, I think the Chiefs could handle the Cowboys once again. A team, from a just storyline standpoint, the Bucs again get that rematch opportunity. Obviously, Mahomes versus Rodgers. We didn't get to see it in the regular season. Could we see it in the Super Bowl? I think all of those would be great stories. Now, who would I want to play in terms of, I think, the easiest team to beat out of, the contenders in the NFC? I think it'd probably be like the Rams, who have started to slip recently. I think that's a team that the Chiefs could handle pretty easily.